Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. This is my Manchester United versus Spurs matchday preview. Just going to go through a few talking points that I've noted down, what I'm expecting today. I think what my prediction will be. I've done that in my Premier League predictions already, but I'll just go through it again. And just how we've got to set up, how different we've got to play to Monday, and just basically what I'm expecting. Predicted lineup, and yeah. So just to start it off simply, we were terrible on Monday. Lacked intensity, lacked desire, had no balance in that midfield. We were getting outrun every single time. Cunha, I think, ran through our midfield about 4 or 5 times. There was no balance in the midfield whatsoever. Mount was just always up front. We were basically playing 4-1, and then, no, how do I say it? 4-1-5. Yeah, we were basically playing 4-1-5 at all times because Mount and Bruno were quite high up the pitch in their average positions. And it's Casemiro, as good as a CDM he is, there's no way he's managing to... It's just impossible. It's 1v3, 1v4. It's not happening. And there's no matter how good he is, he's not that good. He's going to get red cards if we play it like that every single time because he's going to have to take people down. And we can't afford to lose him because he's our best CDM and probably one of our best midfielders. But in terms of the game on Monday, we had no control whatsoever. We were very lucky. They should have had a penalty in the last minute, but then VAR made a big error. I don't understand how. I've seen lots of people saying, oh, because it's Man United. We got the lowest amount of pens last season in the league, and there were some dodgy decisions. It's just the shocking VAR. They don't know what they're doing. They're so inconsistent, and that's the problem. That's the problem with VAR. It's so inconsistent. I agree that it needs to be there, but the people that are using it, one time they get it right, one time they get it wrong, and it's for like similar situations, and then somehow they get it wrong on some occasions, somehow get it right on some occasions. I understand human error, but some of it just seems a bit dodgy. But we have to win this game today because we need to consolidate a good, strong start. Last year we came third, we won a trophy, and we lost our first game 2-1 at home to Brighton, and the second game we lost 4-0 to Brentford. So if we can come third and win a trophy after a poor start such as that, we can, if we win the first 2 games of this season and continue a similar situation as to last season, we'll further our progress under Ten Hag, you know what I mean? We've got to look at each season where the manager's in charge and try and prove it every single time until we get right to the top. That should be the goal for the manager every single time. So because we won our first game of the season, which was very lucky, if we can win this one as well, 6 points out of 6 is very good, and then we can continue pushing. Like, it may sound stupid, but we've got to push for a title because we are Man United at the end of the day. It doesn't matter how bad we are, how bad of the state we're in, we've always got to do that. And starting off strong is the best way to do that. But another big talking factor I've got to do with this game, this is an away game, obviously, and our away form last year was abysmal. I don't think we won away to a Big Six club last year. We lost, we lost 7-0 obviously to Liverpool. Arsenal we lost 3-2. City lost 6-3. Spurs, which we're playing against today, we drew 2-2. Chelsea, we drew 1-1. So we didn't win a single game away from home against a Big Six club. We also lost at Villa, lost to Brighton. Brentford, we lost 4-0. I don't think we won a game away from home against a top 10 side, which is really bad considering the fact we came third. So again, we've got to focus on our away form this year. We made Old Trafford the fortress last year and only lost once. We've got to better our away performances, and then we'll get more points, and then we'll get higher up the table. We drew last game with Spurs 2-2 away from home. I remember it was one of our best away first half performances all season. Sancho scored early, then Rashford scored just before half time, and then we came out the second half, I don't know what happened, we just bottled it. Porro scored and I think Son scored, and we drew 2-2, and it felt like a loss realistically. Because if you're winning 2-0 at half time and then you bottle the 2-goal lead against a team like Spurs, who I'm pretty sure had just lost 5-0 to Newcastle the game before, or 6-1 or 6-0, whatever it was, because that was obviously the game where Newcastle went 5 up in 20 minutes. So, yeah, that was a very disappointing performance, but this is the season where we can improve these performances. So I'm going to go through my predicted lineup now. This is an interesting one. I've kind of gone for standard, but I don't know, it might change. So in goal, I've obviously gone Onana. Thought he was good in the first game of the season. I know the dodgy punch at the end, but what he made like 6 or 7 saves. He did well. His distribution was perfect. I remember there was a pass where he passed it straight to Garnacho, and I haven't seen a pass from a keeper like that in ages for us. But it was a good pass, and it's just a sign of things to come with him in goal. So Onana stays there. Wan-Bissaka at right back again. He was great. So he's sticking in there. Varane at right centre back, obviously, because he was amazing as well. I've gone for Martinez at the left centre back, but he might go Lindelof because I'm pretty sure he said in the press conference Martinez had been training, but the reason he was subbed off wasn't just because of the yellow card, but apparently he picked up a knock as well. So I don't know how fit he would be, but I reckon Martinez will still play. And then left back, I've gone Luke Shaw. Obviously, there's no real debate. I thought he was decent as well. So, and Casemiro will stay in that midfield because he has to. Then this next one's the interesting one. I don't know whether to choose Mount or McTominay because I feel like he's going to go Mount, but I feel like McTominay might be the better choice. And that sounds silly, but I feel like it just brings more stability into the midfield. I don't think Mount brings stability whatsoever. I mean, obviously he can change and he might have a great performance today. He could prove us all wrong. But otherwise, again, our midfield's just going to get ran through every single time. Basuma, I don't know who Spurs are playing in their midfield right now. I can't remember. It might have been Skip. Well, I don't know whether Skip's... Basuma definitely played on Sunday against Brentford. And Basuma, he'll just run through our entire team. So I've gone for... I don't know who to pick, but I'm going to pick Mount just because I think he's going to go for him because he's been talking about his best position and stuff like that. And Bruno plays because he's the captain, and he was a bit poor against Wolves, but Bruno will play. Off the right, I'm sticking with Anthony, and this time I don't know. Yeah, I'm going to stick with Anthony on the right, and then on the left, this time Sancho has to come in because I thought he made a great impact off the bench. He just looked ready. I feel like this is his season, Sancho. He's got to prove a lot of people wrong because he's had pretty poor seasons at Man United so far. But when he came off the bench against Wolves Monday, he was great. So Sancho starts on the left. I think Garnacho was poor, so he's probably... I think Garnacho's a better option off the bench. So start Sancho and then bring Garnacho on. Maybe what I would do, start Anthony on the right, start Sancho on the left. Then if we desperately need the goal, bring Garnacho on the left and put Sancho on the right and then take Anthony off. And then up front, I've gone Rashford only because there's no other strikers we've really got. So... when Højlund comes in, it will look a lot better because Rashford's obviously 10 times better off the left. But that's my predicted lineup. I'm hoping this is good enough for a win. But I did go for a 1-1 draw, and I don't think that would be the worst, but we need to win. So I'm going to go for a 1-1 draw, but I'm hoping that we can win 2-1. So that's all I've really got to say for this match. I'm looking forward to it. I won't be able to watch it all. I'm going to watch it back though once I finish work and do a match review tomorrow morning. But yeah, that's all I've really got to say about this match. It's going to be an exciting one. Second game of the season and we've already got a Big Six club away from home. So although Spurs, you may not consider them Big Six, but they are traditionally in the Big Six of England. So yeah, that was my Manchester United versus Spurs preview. I hope you enjoyed. And make sure you tune in for the review and tune in for any future videos. Thank you very much.